Who are the trans pioneers who shaped history? Imagine a world where being true to yourself was a challenge, and yet some brave individuals stood up and changed how society sees gender. That's what these pioneers did. They showed that living as your authentic self is powerful and important. To understand their impact, we need to look at what it means to be transgender. Being transgender means your inner sense of being male, female, or something else does not match the sex you were assigned at birth. Gender identity is how you feel inside, and gender expression is how you show that to the world through your name, clothing, and behavior. Transitioning is the process of aligning your outer life with your true gender identity. It can include changing your name, pronouns, appearance, and sometimes medical steps like hormone therapy or surgery. Everyone's journey is different, and these pioneers faced many obstacles along the way. People have always been gender diverse, even in ancient times. For example, in ancient Egypt and among indigenous groups, stories and traditions show that gender fluidity was accepted. But in more recent history, some individuals made history by living openly and pushing boundaries. Chevalier d'Aulon, a French diplomat from the 1700s, lived as both a man and a woman at different times, challenging strict gender rules of the time. In the United States, Albert Cashier was assigned female at birth but lived as a man, fought in the Civil War, and stayed true to his identity for his entire life. His story shows that trans identities have been part of history for centuries. In the early 1900s, the Institute for Sexual Science in Germany was one of the first places to offer medical care to help people transition. Sadly, it was destroyed during the Nazi era. After World War II, Christine Jorgensen became famous for her gender-affirming surgery, which brought visibility to trans lives in the 1950s. Around the same time, Michael Dillon was the first known person to transition from female to male using hormones and surgery. British model April Ashley was one of the first trans women to be publicly outed in the media, facing both fame and discrimination. The 1960s and 70s saw a rise in activism. Sylvia Rivera and Marsha P. Johnson, both trans women of color, played key roles in the Stonewall Uprising of 1969. This event sparked the modern LGBTQ+ rights movement. They later created organizations to support homeless trans youth. Lou Sullivan, a trans man, was one of the first openly gay trans men and worked to build support networks for others like him. These efforts helped change laws and attitudes. Sweden became the first country to allow legal gender changes in 1972. Renee Richards, a trans woman, fought for the right to compete in women's tennis, setting a precedent for trans athletes. Jan Morris, a Welsh writer, shared her story of transition in a widely read autobiography, helping people understand trans experiences better. Despite facing discrimination and challenges, these pioneers kept fighting for acceptance and rights. Their stories reminded us that living as your true self can inspire others and change the world. Today's LGBTQ+ teens can look back at these pioneers and see that they are part of a long history of courage and resilience. Learning about their lives helps us understand that gender diversity is natural and that everyone deserves respect and support. Creating supportive spaces means listening, using correct names and pronouns, and standing against bullying. Knowing this history shows that being true to yourself is a powerful act that can help shape a kinder, more accepting world. These pioneers showed us that living openly and fighting for rights can make a lasting difference for generations to come.